Before we start this episode, I just want to preface this. If we say any jokes...
Oh, thank you.
That may seem a little bit...
controversial or as if attacking a certain religion.
Or a little offensive. I just want to say... It's just religion trauma, okay? It's not...
Can I add to that?
It's not to attack anybody. This is just how we cope.
Okay. Do you feel like you have religious trauma?
A little bit. Not in the same level as some people, but I feel like there are some things that sometimes that I had to like teach myself to stop doing or thinking about or whatever.
What religion did you grow up being?
Catholic.
I was a Jehovah's Witness.
You know.
So it was a lot. I was a devout Jehovah's Witness for 16 years. Mm-hmm. So I don't think... It's weird because we all speak of religion in a very different way. And like you said, it means no disrespect. But having been in a religion for so long for both of us, and now, at least personally for me, being out of it. Yeah. It's like we talk about things certain ways because of what we've been through. Yeah. Good way to start.
And I feel like I shouldn't say trauma. Maybe that's too strong of a word. But I feel like as two girls who grew up with, religion being imposed on us. Yeah. It's just a way for us to just loosen up and not think about certain expectations that were put on us. But what I think it's funny is that Cheli and we became friends in high school. And I feel like at that point in my life, I was pretty religious. Actually, I don't know if I was when I met you, but I remember freshman year I was. And I don't know if you remember, but you and we used to joke. We used to joke about making Bible fanfics.
Dude, I do remember.
You do remember?
Yeah.
We never actually did because who has time for that? But this right here that we're going to discuss today?
Bible fanfic. Dude, full circle. Our 11 plus year friendship, finally.
Finally.
I was going to say come to a close. It doesn't. It's just begun.
Please don't close it. Keep it going, please. And that's why this is the final episode.
Dude.
Okay, Cheli.
Okay.
I just want to say you had already read this book a while ago. I think you read it like mid-year, maybe more than that.
I can tell you the exact date if you give me time.
That's crazy. No, that's fine.
Okay.
And I remember when you read this, you were like, this book right here, contender for my book of the year. Yep. Do you think that you remember this book really well?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
So,
welcome to the Book Fix podcast, a podcast that changes lives one book at a time, one debut novel at a time.
Oh, wow. It's debut.
Today we are going to be talking about Angels Before Man by Rafael Nicolas, a book I hold near and dear to my heart. And I've been waiting for you to read this book.
I'm so sorry. It took me so long, but I am here.
I don't know how you feel about it.
Oh, okay.
So I will just say that if you don't like this,
friendship over.
I'm just going to be really, like, it's like genuinely, if you don't like this, I'm going to be pretty sad. So no pressure.
Okay.
But you can also have your own opinion, but no pressure.
Can I just say that I love the start of this? With
Ezekiel?
the Ezekiel excerpt where it says, your heart became proud on account of your beauty, and you corrupted your wisdom because of your splendor. So I threw you to the earth, and I made a spectacle of you. That is like the perfect way to start this book.
Dude, oh my God, dude, you're about to unleash. Can I tell you something? We're one shot in, and I'm about to cry. I talked about this book before.
You did. And I remember watching it, but I don't remember what you said.
I tried watching it again, but something about listening to my own voice, I was like,
not me there.
No, thank you. So I couldn't get through it, but I know I did. And you weren't there.
I wasn't there. I
Very
wish I was.
absent. You were absent in my heart. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm getting really emotional. I'm glad you highlighted that because I highlighted it too. Such a good way to encapsulate like the entire novel in one like scripture.
Yeah.
Because this whole book is really just you were blameless until you weren't.
And I feel like this scripture doesn't hit until you get to the end.
Yeah.
Because then that's when you're like, holy shit, wait, hold on.
And also, by the way, I do want to mention the author makes an author's note at the beginning of the book and is basically like, here is a bunch of trigger warnings that you are going to see, and writes them all and puts these themes are very light or absent in part 1. It isn't necessary to read part 2.
Yeah.
And Yajaira made a joke at the beginning of this episode before we even started. You were like, by the way, I only read part 1.
I should have hit record and said that. Basically, yeah, I told Cheli, I only read part 1 because it said I didn't have to read part 2, so we're only going to talk about part 1, right? And you looked at me like,
no
wait.
way. We're already here. No way. Can you imagine if you had only read part 1 and you were like,
best
love story.
Best story ever.
And I'm like, ooh.
I just love, you know? This is basically
a retelling.
A retelling for Lucifer, which I feel like everyone has an indication of who Lucifer is. He's the fallen angel.
Lucifer's fallen. Or Lucifer's Falling. That's the story that it's retelling based off of John Milton's Lucifer's Fall story, in which Lucifer does not agree with God. So God decides to take Lucifer and everyone else who agreed with Lucifer's ways, rip off their wings and just throw them into earth. And
I thought, my understanding was that they were thrown into hell. Not in the book, but I mean like
I think
before reading this book.
I don't remember because I read that book a long time ago and have been meaning to reread it ever since I've read Angels Before Man. But from my understanding, they're thrown to earth and then Lucifer is like, I guess we just gotta live down here. And it's to the point where like there are some angels that are picking up broken wings and just piecing them together and sewing it back on their back. And they look like demons. Like, you know, they look like...
Because it's all distorted.
Yeah. So, it's that book, but with the perspective of Lucifer. So not only seeing, like, God was right, it's like, what did Lucifer experience to get to that point? Yeah. And the book starts with Lucifer being made. Not born. He just is.
He's created, pretty much. And I feel like this part was interesting. I mean, obviously, I had a feeling that this was the way that it was going to start. But what I thought was interesting was the way that it says, bring him the fruit from the tree of knowledge. And so just like, so he's all-knowing then, pretty much.
He is all-knowing. They all are, I think.
Yeah. But then there's another part in, I think it's the next chapter, where where Lucifer is made known that God doesn't always create angels. It's just like it happens every now and then.
And when God created him in chapter 1, he says he will be perfect in wisdom and innocence and he is perfect in beauty. So he's supposed to be the smartest, the purest, and the fucking snatchiest angel there is. And it's funny because it's like, oh, my beautiful angel, you shall be named Lucifer. And I commented, I left a note, and I just wrote, I hate to break it to you.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's weird to me how you said he will be perfect in wisdom and innocence as he is perfect in beauty. Because as we get to the next chapter, the way that everyone just swoons for Lucifer is so weird to me because Lucifer doesn't really understand anything, really. I mean, he knows a lot, but he doesn't at the same time. He's very naive. And so he's very shy and humble, especially when people are like, oh my God, you're so handsome, so cute, so beautiful. And he's just like, wait, stop.
Wait.
wait. But then he sees his reflection and he's like, wait, who is that sexy thing?
It's funny though, because he sees the reflection, walks by it, and is like, oh my God, who was that? And tries to look and is like, bitch, they keep looking back at me. Until he realizes,
are they into me?
Oh my God, wait, hold on, let me strike a pose. Oh my God, they copied me. And then it's like, bitch. Oh, sorry. He doesn't even know what the word bitch is.
Yeah.
Must be a sad world he lives in.
Imagine that.
So he's just like, oh my Lord, that person's me. Mm-hmm. I look that good? Oh my God. Thank him.
Think him.
I actually think him, because they're in heaven. Him.
He's here. He's all around.
I think it's really cute because Rafael is the first one to walk him back. Mm-hmm. Everyone around him is just so happy. Yeah. They're just like, oh, you're an angel. We're going to be roomies.
Yeah, it's definitely some sort of paradise.
Yeah.
But what I thought was a little bit funny was that Lucifer was constantly asking questions like, oh, like, what is this? What is that? Like, where's God? Like, how can I see him? And I think it was Rafael who was like, damn, damn does not exist. He says, you have so many questions. I can spend hours explaining everything to you, but I gotta go pretty much. And I just feel like it's interesting that Lucifer has to realize this world around him on his own.
Yeah. And I don't think each of them were born with as much innocence as he was. Because everything about Lucifer, he's just so at awe with everything around him, but also so pure. So there was one part where Raphael was like, oh yeah, I was reading what you wrote, and by the way, your handwriting's atrocious. Oh my God, Lucifer, don't cry. Because it was like, just the way they react, like him, he just felt like a new person. Someone who's never been a person before, kind of like a child in a way. Yeah. With how innocent he was. I really like the people that he lived with. Do you remember their names? Because I do not.
Wasn't it Asmodeus?
Asmodeus and Rosier?
Yeah.
Rosier.
Rose.
Thank you. I fucking love that whole like relationship he had with both of them. And Rosier and Asmodeus, they were hella close.
Yeah, they were. Were they together maybe?
Wait, were they together? Well, here, that type of love doesn't exist. It was just bros and best bros.
It's like everyone's bros, but some of them are like besties.
Yeah, this is my bro Asmodeus. Sometimes we kiss, but like while thinking of the Lord, of course.
I thought it was interesting how they would address each other as brother. Because I was like, oh my God, wait, don't some of you end up together?
No, they don't.
I know, but I didn't know that.
Wait.
I thought this was a romance.
If you're my brother, I want to be... What? I'm so confused. Well, that didn't exist in this world. And I thought it was pretty funny because it's just... This whole like first 4 chapters just felt like good vibes. Yeah. We're over here good vibing it up.
I also really love that all of them had their own roles. Like, who was this?
The angel of something.
Was it Asmodeus who was the angel of fruit? No, it was the other one. Rosier. Rosier was the angel of fruit, and Asmodeus works construction. And so,
angel of building it.
Obviously, Lucifer is like, wait, okay, so if you guys all have your roles, what's mine? And he tries to explain to him. Rosier tries to explain to him, well, you'll just know. Like in time, you'll know your role.
Am I like the angel of being pretty and shit?
Because that sounds boring.
Yeah, the angel of slaying. Like, what am I doing?
I kind of liked that. Even from this moment, Lucifer kind of wanted to be more than that. Like he didn't just want to be the angel of beauty. He wanted more. Yeah. He wanted it to be meaningful.
Dude. Oh my God, I can't believe we're talking about this. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna like freak out the whole time. Dude, I fucking love the fact that in this story, we're seeing just someone developing friendships. And then sometimes you have to take yourself back as like, wait, this is Lucifer. I can't side with Lucifer. Like, there's just that, like, feeling like, I know where this is going to end. Yeah. So why is it making me like this character so much?
But it's kind of weird, though, because this is, like, on topic, off topic. I remember being in high school and my high school teacher mentioning a story, and I wish I knew what story it was, but it had to do with Lucifer. And my teacher basically said, like, if you guys were to read the story, and he wasn't trying to talk about religion. I think he was trying to talk about villains, and like arcs and all that. And he was like, if you would read this story, you would be siding with Lucifer because of this, and this, you know, the way that the story progressed.
Paradise Lost?
Maybe. I have no idea.
I love that story.
But the concept itself, outside of what actually the plot of this book, you know, God, because everyone is only supposed to love and worship God. Mm-hmm. So someone not having autonomy, again, not thinking about angels, just a person in general, not having your own autonomy and only being able to worship this one person, come on, like one of them is gonna break.
Yeah,
someone is gonna break,
which I don't think God realized in this story when he made Lucifer and gave him the all-knowing wisdom, all-knowing, because like you said, he doesn't make angels often. They just are.
Yeah. And
this one was super special, like he was a super angel.
Yeah.
So I don't think he expected any angels to ever turn on him. So when you give someone so much wisdom, but you're not willing to give any of your angels answers, it leads to this story.
Yeah.
You know? So with Lucifer, he, by the way, he meets an angel, I just want to mention this, named Uriel. And that he's like a bitch.
Yeah.
And I kind of love that about him because he's just kind of like, I don't want to be friends with you.
He gives me boomer vibes.
Does he?
Yeah, because he's just like, I don't want change.
And I think it's funny because, like, at this point of the story, there is no such thing as negative talk. So it's like, I love him the least, but I still love him though. Like, I'm not gonna say I
because
hate
there's
him.
no concept of it. Even like what they are, it just is. They don't even really understand it, but they just are the way that they are.
Yep. Who was Azazel? I remember liking him.
Azazel was...
He's kind of the goofy one, right?
I'm trying to remember. Where did he...
Azazel was the one who brought up Michael.
Yeah. He was just like another one of the boys.
Another one of the boys. Oh, my bros!
Because he...
My brangels.
I think... My brangels. I think he was just gushing about Michael, no? Because Michael is the archangel of strength.
Yeah.
And so they were just like... gushing over him, like, look at him, he's so strong.
And it's like,
pick me up and throw me across the
put me in his little pocket. I'm so small.
Throw me across the clouds.
And I'd be okay with it because he's my best friend. It's like, you know, and then I would like hold him with the love that I show the Lord. This is weird, but like, he's my best friend though. I thought it was funny though when I thought it was pretty cool how he was like, yeah, he's the best archangel. It's like, what's an archangel? And it's like, you know, like
the princes of
angels. Yeah, his name's Michael. And then
but I feel like even that concept of prince, it's like, what does that mean?
It means nothing
in this world.
Because if you think about it, all of them, although there might be labels, those labels mean nothing because God was the highest.
Yeah.
And that's so really what it felt like.
God, everyone else, right under that.
Yeah, it really is. And if there is like little discrepancies between them, it's very, like very,
it's
very
just like
thin.
one step up.
But I thought it was cute when it was like, yeah, an archangel named Michael. And Lucifer's like, Michael, that's such a nice bro name.
Yeah.
I just...
He says that name is the name of my best friend.
I just want that name tattooed for some reason on my heart because, you know, it's next to the Lord. And I don't know. It's just crazy. And so then Lucifer prays that night, I think. And because Michael goes to Earth a lot to hunt. And Lucifer prays and he's like, may I see Earth one day, Father? Amen, amen, amen. Please, please, please. With the bros. He
wants to see it because he likes the stories of how wild and explosive it is over there. Because, of course, heaven is very calm.
Yeah.
So it's the complete opposite. So this is a foreign idea to Lucifer. He's like, wait a minute. I would love to see Earth one day.
I kind of like in chapter 6 at the very beginning when Rosier is helping, or Lucifer is helping Rosier make like a basket of fruit. And when he's done, he kisses the top of Lucifer's head. Because to me, it's like, oh, what a bro kiss.
Yeah.
Just a kiss amongst the bros.
An innocent kiss. Uh-huh.
Are there any women in this story? No, there's not, right? Bros only. This is our bro cave.
What the fuck? I'm just kidding. I had already realized that, but I had a feeling it was because he wanted to make the first actual woman. No?
Well, I think
Are they supposed to be non-binary?
Well, they're bros.
I don't know.
So yes, but also no. There's no beginning or end to a broship. There just is. Okay.
I don't actually know. What?
Yeah, I don't know either, but I know that there was
women, right?
No, there's no women in this story. How did you feel about the first time Lucifer saw Michael?
Wasn't he praying?
I think so. It says Lucifer finally saw him well. He was indeed brunette, but a shade removed from black and tousled in curls that fell past the nape of his neck. His skin was brown as bronze, missing any imperfection except for what were either a few beauty marks or specks of dirt. His hooded eyes were hazel between expansive soil browns and leafy greens. His lips were full. His nose bridge carried a hill, and he was muscular, built broad and tall. There was a brilliant smile on him, too. That put all the stars the youngest angels had seen to shame. That's my bro.
I feel like I totally get it. I get why he's so into him. And then I also love the last chapter where he's just like repeating like Archangel, Michael, Archangel, whatever. Yeah. And then he says he looks like the greatest of them all, the finest and proudest angel on earth.
I like it because the way he describes saying it, he's like, I just really like the feeling my lips made when I would say his name.
Yeah, because again, it's very like innocent. Yeah. You know, he doesn't really understand what is happening to his emotions. Mm-hmm. But I feel like because he is like all knowing, you know, in his heart, he's like, wait, is this love? Is this love? Is this love?
Everyone, the God of worship.
Right. So I don't know. I thought it was really cute how it was happening.
I already kind of said it, but Lucifer finds his calling. He becomes, I said the God of worship. Never. There's only one. But he became the angel of worship. Because one day, out here missing Michael, missing his bros, he's like, I'm going to go sing a little ditty in the town square. Mm-hmm. And he goes to the town square and just starts singing about how much he loves God.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't remember the Bible that well, but that was what Lucifer was. He was the one. Yeah, he was the one who basically would talk about God the most and like, oh, love that bitch. Respectfully.
I think it had to come from like this indescribable love. That's why it would hurt so much when he flipped.
Yep. Oh my God, how did you feel about him going to the baths?
Oh God. It's so sad because I feel so bad for him that he's so shy. Yeah. And he's like nervous because he knows that already like people can't stop staring at him. Yeah. And he's like, imagine me naked.
The bros are gonna be all over me.
Forbid. I'm gonna have to swat them away.
Yeah. And as much as I want to love and kiss my bros, I can't kiss every bro at the back.
And it's so funny to me how every single time someone would see him, they would just be like starstruck, like, oh my God, you're very beautiful. And it's like, yeah, I know.
You remember that part where when he went to the baths, he said something was making Lucifer lightheaded. He shifted where he was and felt a weight settle on his chest. He shut his eyes and tried to thoughtlessly coat himself in slippery oil, realizing it held a subdued herbal lavender scent. But even blind, he saw the curious bodies of the others. He heard the tiny huffs of pleasure and relaxation, and he grimaced at the drowsing smells smoking about. It's crazy to me because it always feels like, although he's incredibly innocent, he's like at the line. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Of like becoming who we know Lucifer is.
Yeah, like there's little indications of what's gonna happen.
Can I say?
But in the beginning, he like pulls himself back. He's like, "Oh, wait, no,
wait, the Lord and the bros,
the darkness almost got me."
Wakes up from his bed. He's like, "Oh," and Rosier's like, "Well, are you okay?" I was just, bro, it almost got me again. It had me in its clutches. I heard the rock and roll, but I said no. But only worship here.
But then I thought about you, and I was like, I gotta get back to him.
Gotta help him with this fruit basket. Bro, that's so nice.
Wait, so who's Baal?
Oh, he's just another guy he had met. Just a guy who's very nice and
Okay.
does come back at the end of the story.
I remember that part, but I couldn't
Yeah.
remember in the beginning.
Yeah, he was just a guy that was nice. Just want to point out, because I didn't say this in the last time I spoke about it, and I remember specifically that I was mad at myself that I never talked about Rosier and Asmodeus, because I love their broship.
Mm-hmm.
Only bros, you know, nothing
There's
more.
nothing else there.
But I thought it was funny how Lucifer just kind of saw the way they would interact, and Rosier's like, weird how 2 plates are broken and Asmodeus is missing, right? Just weird. Just like a bro would usually tell me if they broke something. And it's just, they were like a married couple, dude.
Yeah, it was really cute.
It was really cute. I thought it was really funny how Lucifer would do things and like be complimented, like, oh my gosh, you have white lilies in your hair. That is so cute. And he's like, thank you, brother. I did it because it symbolizes purity. And they're like, oh, that's cool. What's purity? It's like, he's like, don't know.
I don't know.
Actually, but I bet it's something cool. I bet it's like a broship or something. And then he would always answer like, I suppose, or father is a very complicated person about the nature of things. And people would always answer like, I wish we could ask him why he does all that he does. And I think that's around the time where Gabriel's like, you can talk to God.
Yeah.
Just a little prayer.
I don't know if to say this now or later.
Go ahead.
You know how when he goes to that like bathhouse?
Yeah.
And he's like very shy and well, he's been shy this whole time, right?
Shy boy.
I think it's so interesting that he's very shy and everyone's so like, yeah, you're beautiful. Just accept it, you know?
Yep.
I made a note that I wrote, it's interesting how he later is known as too prideful when he is literally so shy and humble from the start. It kind of feels like people are conditioning him to be like,
be happy with it.
No, like to be like,
yeah,
to be like, look at all this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he was prideful at the start.
It's like Lucifer. If you're already eating, then eat. And he's like, you're right, bitch. You're right, brother.
I'll eat.
I like when Gabriel tells him, I remember when you were created, how much like father put into sculpting you with flowers, and you were like the moon, your hips are like the tides of the sea. And then Gabriel's like, don't cry, Lucifer. And Lucifer's like, bro,
The start of my life. How can I not cry?
I love how
very emotional.
Yeah, I love how emotional he was.
Yeah, same. Because it's really good to see how innocent he was. Bitch, I might start crying. But then he meets God. And then what was that like? Like the first meeting, do you remember?
Yes, I do. Because when he meets him
for the first time, he's almost like overrun by the emotions of it. And then he's so like,
doesn't God meet him though?
He's very timid.
Doesn't God meet him though because he heard that Lucifer was singing about him?
I think so. I think that's why he calls to him. And then he's like happy about the worship, but then Lucifer is very timid and he's like trying to tell him like, dude, like face me, like look at me, like stand up straight. I need to see you. I need to see what I created.
Can I bring something up? There was one part where Lucifer woke up in the morning and looked at the mirror, and he looked at himself, but not for long, because he still couldn't meet the features of his face because they could spur a need, this need to grab Lucifer and save him. What is there to save him from in heaven? From himself? But maybe it was too late even now to save Lucifer. Too early before creation, it was too late.
Damn.
Oh, I don't know why most of the words in this first part always felt like something's about to happen.
Yeah, I kind of like that it would constantly remind you though, like don't forget what book you're reading. Don't forget whose story it is. But back to God.
Of course.
I just don't like how he would speak to him, because there was a part where he said, "You stutter, you shiver, for an angel it's unbecoming, like you are attempting to be no more than an animal. Bow lower, have you no respect for your father?" And then when Lucifer did bow, he would tell him to bow more.
So, ugh.
But there's another part about God that I want to talk
There
about,
were
but
people,
we're not there yet.
There were people that were also pushing Lucifer to go talk to God, because it was like, he literally loves you. He's like, you're his favorite angel, so you need to go see him. Mm-hmm. And then Lucifer didn't want to at first. Mm-hmm. But then he was like, but I guess I should, because what else could an angel be but happy about, like, the Lord? Like, what else am I supposed to do? Mm-hmm. Ugh. I love when he first meets Michael, and Michael's like, "Hello, I am Michael, archangel of God and angel of strength." And then the only thing that sticks to Lucifer is the fact that he said angel of God. Mm-hmm. You're like,
That's all he said. That's all that stood out to him, because that's
nothing else. I kind of want to go through this pretty quick.
Same. Okay, let's keep going.
I'll find you.
Okay, so let's just talk about his feelings for Michael.
So Michael and him start hanging out like bros.
They hang out a little bit too much.
Okay, but they're just bros. This is a story about friendship. And it was really sweet, because Archangel Michael's like, "I really like your little ditties. And honestly,
I like how you worship.
I would like you to around me, because I want to learn how to sing little ditties about God."
Okay.
They're called ditties of God.
Okay.
And
Diddy reminds me of titty, so.
Okay. And there is none in this world.
There are small titties in this world.
Thank you. But he's like, "You worship God so nice
that I want to learn that, right?
Them raps, them rhymes."
And basically, Lucifer's like, "Well, you're very strong, so I want to learn that." And so that's how it kind of starts.
Yeah.
Is that they're teaching each other what the other is good at.
So,
but then Lucifer, supposed to be the angel of worship, he starts worshiping the wrong being.
Well, okay. Slow down. What's wrong with telling your bro he's hot and kissing him sometimes?
Well, according to God, a lot. According to God, there's a lot wrong with that. And it's sad, because everyone else also starts to realize how much Lucifer
is around Michael.
Is around Michael, and is really like, just not into him, because I don't know if they even understand that.
But it's vice versa, because there's even other angels that are like, "Oh, you're gonna go see Michael? Can you ask him why he talks about you so much?
Can you tell him to shut the fuck up?"
This bitch was like, bro, Lucifer this, bro, Lucifer that. Like, what am I supposed to do?
But so there is this moment that I really want to bring up, because I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Where God calls to Lucifer, because Lucifer's worship is a little slip and is lacking, And so God starts telling him a story. And he tells him a story about a dove who was the purest of a flock in a keeper's garden. Mm-hmm. Its feathers held no spots, no markings, no streaks of dirt. So beautiful, too, was the bird, but no one dared to touch it. But the thing is that Lucifer's not really paying attention. Like, he's half paying attention, but his mind keeps going back to that moment where he was sparring with Michael. And he's just like thinking about Michael. And then God continues. He says the dove would fly into the mud one day, because he would see the reflection. And he would see himself in the reflection. He would think like, "Oh, there's a world down there that I need to discover," right?
Yep.
But as he flapped about, having fun, becoming stained because it was something new, something free, he invited another bird to come help him, and they became dirty together. Amid searching the world beneath all of this mud, they found so much pleasure they did not notice their feathers had grown filthy and wet, nor that they would never dry. They dug, but there was no other garden, there was no other paradise, and the doves would never be pure again. Thoughts?
I think those doves are just two bros having fun.
That's so funny, because I wrote a note that says, but the doves are happy, though. They're pretty happy, though.
I can see... Because this is God basically telling Lucifer, like,
don't stray.
You and Michael, I know you're really close, but who's your guy? Mm-hmm. Who's the big G in the S, the big guy in the sky? That's me.
I feel like his worry was that Lucifer would become more interested in, like, Earth. You know, like, if we took it more like literal of him like trying to discover another paradise, I think he was thinking like, oh, what if he thinks that this isn't paradise and he goes down to Earth?
To me, it was, yes, I agree with that because that's what he really wanted. Mm-hmm. But to me, it was also the fact that no one has ever done the opposite of what God wanted. That was his biggest fear too. Mm-hmm. Like, don't make that mistake because I'm going to have to do something if you do. Mm-hmm. And he was very hard on him the first time they meet. The whole bowing and everything. Mm-hmm. So I think he was kind of just trying to be like, who is the main guy?
Because then he basically threatens him too. He says, nothing is more important than remaining clean. An angel that becomes impure becomes unworthy to live in paradise. So he basically already threatened him like, I will kick you out. Or you're not worthy if you do something. But he was scared.
But you know what? Forget all of that because Michael's still around. Michael's still his bro. They talk about wanting to see Michael and Lucifer wrestle, but Lucifer never wants it because he feels like he's in embarrassing positions anytime Michael holds him down. Mm-hmm. So he's like, no, it's fine. No, let's not. And then there's moments where Michael goes to visit Lucifer's house and everyone around him is like, oh no, just Michael going to visit Lucifer. And Lucifer being like, can we do something, an earnest request? And it's like, is it earnest? And he's like, no, it's selfish. Like, it's you.
If I'm being honest, it's a little selfish.
So their whole relationship is just them. Mm-hmm.
Like, they get really close to each other.
And there's one point, I think we're reaching the end of part 1, where Michael and Lucifer are talking about, like, you're my best bro. Like, you're literally my best. Like, I could never be mad at you. All I want to do is take a bath with you and just wash our bodies with soap together. Like a bro would.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, yeah, because I want the same thing. Of course, obviously. Uh-huh. But, like, not soap. It's just like...
Wait. And there's also no water. And we're not in the bath.
But we're bros, though. We are bros.
Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, they're just bros helping each other out.
It's when they go to Earth, isn't it? They go to Earth together and bathe together. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the first time Lucifer like gets naked in front of someone. Because even at the baths, he would never.
Yeah, he was too
expose himself.
He was too shy.
And then Michael, there's one part where he's looking at his bro Lucifer completely naked and he's like, how terribly lonely that must be to be so beautiful that others think of you as a thorn. But like, bro. But like,
Michael, wait, did you just call me a thorn? What the fuck is a thorn?
I know. Oh my God. I'm like feeling a lot of emotions right now. How did you feel about this story so far?
Girl, I was in it.
I knew it.
I was so into this story because it sucks like knowing the end, like knowing how it's going to end. But throughout it, well, especially through the first part, I was like, man, just let Lucy live a little. Damn. If he wants to kiss Michael, what's wrong with that?
Let him kiss Michael. Why can't bros kiss bros?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Dude, I'm so glad you were into this story.
I was so into it. I was holding my breath, like waiting for something significant to happen.
How did you feel when they went to the Lord's garden, but all they can see was each other? I think I wrote that exactly.
Two bros. I don't know.
I wrote, God really let them go on Earth's first gay getaway.
Oh my God. I thought it was cute. What about you? How did you feel about it?
Dude, I was not reading this book for the podcast originally.
Yeah.
I was reading it for me, myself, and I, and for the bros out there. Uh-huh. And I
Which there are many out there.
There are many bros out there. I was fucking losing it. Dude, feeling that you were getting. I was just waiting for the ball to drop.
Yeah.
I was like, something is gonna happen. And I didn't think it was gonna be like, I thought it was gonna happen in part 1. I didn't know why it was separated at first. So I was like, something's gonna happen. And I think one of them is gonna kiss and God's gonna be like, but then they were already kissing. So I was like, what's gonna happen?
You're like, wait, where's God?
Where's God? I'm making out with my bro.
I feel like the problem isn't the kissing. The problem is the worshiping.
And the want and the need and different things.
You can kiss Michael, but you can't think about Michael. You have to think about God and only God.
How am I supposed to kiss Michael and worship God? You can't do both, God.
Well,
it's physically impossible.
Well, he wanted
And God's like, you got me there.
You got me. You won. You won. And honestly, it felt like a beautiful wrap up, right? Because then it's like,
wait, are you at the part 1?
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, not yet. I did want to bring up that I really like that they were basically in a relationship, because when they come back from their gay getaway at Earth, Michael, as the archangel, is fighting in the Colosseum fights, and while Lucifer is there, he's literally just teasing him the whole time. He's like, I can't wait to cheer for anyone you're fighting against. And Michael's like, really? You're not going to cheer for me? And like, while the other guy was losing, he'd be like, woo! Woo to the other guy!
Yeah. They were really cute.
Okay. Well,
can I just get to the end, though, of the first part?
Yes. They would tease each other about how much they thought about each other, too, which I thought was funny. I think this is the end. Yeah, this is the end. We highlighted the same paragraph. That's
Damn,
funny.
look at us.
Did you write a note?
So basically it says, this here could be worship. This, Lucifer pressed an innocent kiss to the prince's sweet divine mouth. This could be religion. Michael smiled at him, rare timidity in his eyes. All was as it should be, and they were happy. And that's the way that it ends.
The end.
And I wrote a note saying, a perfect ending. LOL.
And I wrote, it's such a good, innocent love. I'm so into them and their love. Oh my God. They are so beautiful. Me being fucking naive as fuck, thinking this was just going to be a cute story.
You did not think that.
I knew that something was going to happen, but I didn't know how quick. Because doesn't it feel like everything, like this is peak. This was the peak of the story of their love. And all of a sudden, it's just not even like a downfall. It's just straight down.
It crashes down.
Oh, dude. How'd you feel about the first half?
I really loved it.
The only half you read.
The only half that I read, because I refused to read the second half. And I'm just kidding. I was really into it. I think that this idea is amazing. And I love the execution. I really loved the progression of both of their characters. And then when they were together, I really loved them together.
So I have a question. In the interlude, before part 2, because part 1 was called Paradise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paradise.
Was Eternity.
Eternity, yeah.
So when Paradise ended, there is an interlude. Is the interlude between both of them?
So this was his dream, pretty much, was that he was with Michael.
And he tells Michael, because he wraps his leg around him, and he whispers, I daydream of you, of loving you. And Michael says, how do you love me? And he said, like this, yearning mouth, it pressed soft to the smooth of his tunic, like a flower, like a symphony, trapped in my throat, like you're an eternity. And they're just on each other, like kissing each other or fighting each other affectionately. So it's like their bodies are around each other, limbs entangling, and then songs of laughter again, embracing, bringing their mouths to lock. Complete, he said. But I don't want to be complete. I'd rather be split and become full with you. He parted his legs, split me here. I was like, God damn.
I was like, oh my God.
As a bro?
Wait, I thought we were guys.
I just wrote they go fuck.
Oh my God.
And
I like the way that it ends, though, where it says, there is another Eden within me. I have it nestled between the heat of love. This is love. But when the sounds of heavy steps approaching came, they'd hastily rise, gathering their clothes, taking each other's hands and laughing. They'd run away from him as fast as they could so that he doesn't see, doesn't notice. Two angels creating love, creating. Wow. I'm just like... Dude. in shock because just the fact that them creating at all is a threat. It's just so like.
Can I say
it's
something?
So like perfect.
Can I say something too? All of the interlude and part 1, anytime God was referred to by his pronouns, he, him, it was always capitalized. So one thing I appreciate is that when you go to part 2, it's like the writing kind of matches the instability of Lucifer's mind. You notice that? Because at first although he was very curious, he was always very calm, collected, and took his time with the world. But
the writing was very like flowery too.
Yeah, because that was his life. His whole life was embellished. He didn't deal with issues. So until part 2, you see when he starts to fall apart.
Yeah, and especially there was moments where I remember that he would just like repeat words over and over and over, like words or like a phrase or something. And there were moments where I was like, oh my God, he's losing it. He's losing it. But let's talk about part 2.
And
Eternity.
the first, there's like a point where there's a twist. Because I think... Oh, it starts off with the twist. So Lucifer is sitting by the water and he's just looking at himself and smiling. And Rafael comes up and is like, bro.
That fucking moment.
How'd you feel?
I was stressed because I was like, wait, what is so wrong with him staring at himself?
He even says, everyone can look at me, take me in whenever they want, but I must find a mirror like this just so I can enjoy my gift the way they all do.
Yeah. It's like, how are you expected someone to be the angel of beauty and then being like, oh, but you have to be humble though. You have to be modest though, because if you're not modest, then you'll go to hell. Which
Raph.
Can I call you Raph?
No.
Can I call you
Raphael? Ael. Why is it that every bro in this bro nation that we've created can look at me, but I can't look at me?
Yeah. That doesn't seem right.
I don't understand why it's a crime to slay. Thank you. He worships. Oh, well, I mean, I don't even want to joke about the worship yet. But Raphael gets mad and is like, God has always said that we need to be modest. But it's like, what the fuck does that even mean? He didn't understand. Is this what being immodest is? Simply wanting to admire myself? Simply wanting to be like, that's a bad bitch. Why is this so wrong?
Yeah.
So.
But it's not like he was even doing that. He was just looking at himself.
But that's where it starts. And that's kind of like, it's hard because that's kind of hard to talk about. That's where the issues lie with people who have religious trauma. Because so many of the sins you can really take for as like, but how am I supposed to live without needing money? I'm not greedy. I need money.
Yeah.
I'm not vain. I love that I look good. So that's where the issues start. And that's why Raphael and everyone else is so like, no, you need to stop it before it begins. Because that's what God said.
Also, it's more detrimental for you to hate yourself than for you to love yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why it's so, like, sinful. But it's like, it's not even like he's just staring at himself. It's not like he's like...
he is, but...
He's just like...
I agree with you. But
it would be a different thing if, like, every reflection he'd be like, wait, hold on. Damn. Okay.
Okay, wait. wait, Asmodeus, can you wait? Work.
Selfie.
Okay.
Hold up. There's no phones here. It's like just water.
Just hold up a piece.
It's just a water. They're angels, okay? I'm sure they could just hold water.
Water, look at it. Work. Okay, sorry. What does work mean?
I have no idea.
Bro, I have no fucking
that
idea.
That was his first bad word. Oh my god.
That is creation, my friends. Slay.
Wait, doesn't slay mean kill? I said what I said. I said what I said.
And then he's like, wait, bitch. I said what I said. And that's when Don't Trick.
Oh my god, Don't Trick. In the Demons era? Yeah.
I liked this part though because, well, I don't know if you're ahead or before me, but yes, that's the part I have. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say that. And then he thinks about how Michael had insisted once to love yourself.
Mm-hmm. And Lucifer stopped prompt after just a minute of fumbling touches. It was too overwhelming. He realized that his cheeks were warm and he shivered, so he moved to hug his own body tight instead. There was a little memory sitting in the back of his mind of an inexplicable dream he had once, where Michael had followed him into Eden, kissed him, and reshaped him. But Lucifer didn't like to think of it too much because he didn't understand it, and because that, too, was overwhelming. So he's just kind of like, I'm supposed to love myself and be happy, but everything that makes me happy makes me feel overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. And the one he wants to be happy with is Michael. But at this point, he hasn't really admitted, because he's still like God of worship, or angel of worship, angel of God, nothing else. Mm-hmm. So what is he to do but love his bro?
Yeah. And then I also love this like thought process that he goes through, which is like after that, where he's like asking himself, but what does it mean for a body to be perfect? Perfect for what? What does it mean for beauty to be perfect? Because there are different beauties. I've seen daisies, they're pretty, and roses quite aren't. Oh, and the way that roses quite aren't. What am I for, Father? In what way am I perfectly made? For what purpose? To be something so abstract as beautiful, or as beauty. It was as if Lucifer weren't more than an abstraction himself, an idea, a fantasy, the figment of a lonely, longing imagination.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Not to get deep, but I am 2 shots in and we did drink a lot of beers. This is where my religious issues came from. Because I feel like when I was religious, and just to say, whatever religion anyone is, I think we can all relate in the sense of there's so many expectations for people that are young. Yeah. Where it's like, I know you haven't figured out your life, but this is your whole life. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, shit, I haven't even lived. How is this supposed to be my whole life? With me, when it came to religion, what I had an issue with was the fact that I couldn't ask questions. Or when I did, it always felt... Because there was a question I once asked, and I don't really want to get into that. But I remember the response was like, if you answer like that, or if you're questioning like that, then you don't really love God. And then I was like, hello? Of course I do. Yeah. Why would you say that to someone who's just asking a question? Yeah. And then that's kind of where I became more like separated detached from the church and more into just the religion instead of the church.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely not helpful when you're so young and they just use fear. Yeah. Fear tactics for you to fall in line when you don't really understand what it is that you're not supposed to be doing.
And that's Lucifer. Like he has not done anything differently than what he had already done. Mm-hmm. You know, so for him to be like, what the fuck am I? Well, he doesn't know fuck yet. But what am I doing wrong? Like, I have not done anything. So why is it that me looking at my reflection really caused a big issue where I feel overwhelmed right now? And for me to have a dream to feel bad about, like, it's
like, especially because dreams are so out of your control.
You know what's crazy to me? The fact that when he went to go see God again, God doesn't even like, because God is supposed to be all loving, all knowing. And you expect God to be like, my angel. Oh, my angel. But instead, he's just like,
I know what you've been doing.
He says, what is an angel of worship if he's not good at that? And it's like, oh.
Wait. You mad at me?
And then he said, friendship is a beautiful thing. I created angels to be joyous, and nowhere easier can pleasantness be found than that in loving one another. But you must ensure not to place any friends before your God.
And that's when Lucifer just confesses, like, okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I put Michael a little bit before you, but it was just like a little bit before you, not a lot.
Yeah.
Just a little
bit.
Like,
he's my bro. But you're my God. He's also my bro.
It's like, wait, it's different though.
Yeah. We play footsies sometimes, but he's my bro.
Footsies, that's where I draw the line.
God, you gotta have a bro, right? You gotta have a bro.
He's like, no, I've never had a bro in my life.
Never had a broship. It's like, oh, I feel sorry for you.
Damn, that's where you went wrong.
Michael does go back. Michael and Lucifer are hanging out, and Lucifer is like, okay, bro. I've taught you this song. You know the words. You know the dances. You should be able to do this. And don't mess up. And Michael answers, of course, beloved Lucifer.
And he's like, wait, beloved of what? Like, beloved friend? Beloved brother?
Like,
he's like, simply my beloved.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, dude. How did you feel?
Oh, my God. They're in love.
Oh, my God. I love this author so much. Dude.
Me too.
You know how much that means to me. I've been loving this author for such a long time.
Really? Before this?
No, during like when I read
Oh,
it,
when you first
I've been
read.
following.
Oh, okay.
So the fact that you're in the same boat as me right now.
Dude, this is beautiful. This
He
is
took
beautiful.
Lucifer-
Let's just forget what happens. This is beautiful.
How did you feel like after he said simply, my beloved? He took Lucifer's chin in the way that father did earlier, but he didn't speak. And your eyes, they're softer than his.
I love them.
It's kind of hard to find solace, I guess, in religion when you find that in others. You know what I mean? So I kind of understand, because I know that Rafael Nicolas wrote this because of their religious trauma. So it makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me too.
You know?
Again, especially when they use fear, like obviously you would gear more towards something that's comforting. So
near the end, when they're both kind of like touching each other and making out, I guess, Lucifer might have squeaked and rushed to conceal himself before, but no longer ashamed. You have taught me to enjoy this body, to love myself, beloved Michael. He imagined the archangel's fingers slipping inside, sliding against his wet tongue. Imagine suckling on Michael's skin, trying to draw out his taste, his pulse.
Damn.
But like as a bro though.
Yeah,
like
no.
Don't make it weird.
Wait,
just like
there's no concept of marriage, so
no. I just want.
What are they?
Wait,
didn't God create marriage?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can we be bros forever?
Yeah.
I want you to bro with me in sickness and in health.
Wait, are we getting
Good
married?
and bad.
Yes, let's bro forever.
Can we fist bump? Like,
wait, do it again. Snail.
Oh my gosh, stop. I thought you were just gonna be like, no, just a little handshake. Just fucking around. That would be Michael. He just like does not understand this relationship concept at all.
And Lucifer's super like, okay, this is our 10-year plan.
Like, can we hug? Can we?
Wait, you said hug?
No.
Give me a couple beers and maybe, bro.
They didn't have beers. It was just give me a couple nectarines and maybe we'll fuck around. Like they don't know fuck. This is hard, dude. If you and I were in this story, knowing what we know now, not about the story, but just like having to blend in with the angels, we'd be like, oh shit. Oh my god, wait. Shit. Is that God? I thought God was a woman. Oh, okay.
Ariana Grande, you lied to me.
He's like, you guys don't know what women are?
What do you think I am?
I just thought bro was Bob.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Can I talk about when they were together? I think they were sleeping. He remembered that Asmodeus wished to move back up into Rosier's house. He remembered that he'd been hoping for a chance to ask Michael about moving in with him. Lucifer, unsettled, then looked straight at the other. That reminds me, I wanted to wish to ask. Michael was staring at his lips, eyes dazed with lingering drunkenness, his tongue darting out, licking his own mouth, as if he were dry and needed to drink. Drink, Lucifer. He leaned in, slow, and Lucifer, hysterical, frozen, heard the prince's low, shuddering breath. Michael, closer, closer, his lips just about to brush his own. When, and then someone comes in. Dude, they were, okay, I don't want to say this, because, like, honestly, I know they're bros, and I didn't want to assume anything. But I think they like each other.
You think?
I don't know. I'm really bad at guessing.
I think they like each other.
You do?
Yeah.
Like more than bros, right?
I feel like it's very obvious, and especially to everyone else. Like they're always like, those two right over there, best of bros.
You know what I thought was funny? Everyone always told Lucifer, like, you're so young though. You know, you're the youngest angel and everything. And it never really bothered him. He was like, yeah, that's a fact. Facts, bros.
Facts. No
But it
printer.
wasn't until-
What's a printer? No idea.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I thought it was funny when Uriel came and was like, "Why the fuck are you in here in Michael's bedroom? So immature." And then Lucifer was angry. Oh well, he said it first. "I'm not so young anymore."
Yeah.
But the way it described his anger, because anger is not something that he's ever felt, it said, Lucifer said, feeling though he'd never in his life had the urge to before, like he ought to snarl.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like one of the first feelings of anger.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
I feel like it was warranted because Uriel needed to mind his own fucking business.
Do you feel like if things had played out differently, would Michael had been in Lucifer's shoes? The one to crack? No? I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
I think he would never have gotten in trouble for it because he always put God first.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Number one.
Amen.
But basically Uriel was there because he was like, yeah, you know, Lucifer, Lucy, that bitch.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's been staring at himself a little too long. Red flag.
How did you feel when Lucifer went home and he was in shame? Like he felt really, really bad. And when his roommates went to go check on him, he described that there was blood over his eyes because he didn't know what tears were.
Mm-hmm.
Was that what it was?
I think so, yeah.
But he had cried before.
But, wait, no, yeah.
That was what Lucifer believed for a moment from his dream. Are you at that point too?
I'm not really sure what that was. At first I thought there was something wrong with his eyes, but
I think it's the feeling of when you cry out of shame or when you cry out of sadness, the feeling of like it's a lot.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I think that was the first time he's ever felt like that.
But then I also got confused because then Michael shows up and he's like, "No, look away, Michael. I don't want you to see what's happening to me." I was like, "What?"
I think this is a dream because
Oh yeah, because
it is a dream
it
because
had
then
3 heads.
and then he had to kill something and he was like, "Not Michael." He told the monster, "Don't hurt Michael. Give me Uriel. Give me any others. Give me
Yeah,
Father.
fuck Uriel.
Give me God.
No,
I'll kill Dad."
he said that.
Yeah, dude.
That's where he fucked up.
Oh my gosh. I think God saw this dream, right?
Mm-hmm. Or something happened.
God sees this dream. "The beast is not a creature I can cast from you." Lucifer's blood froze. "You are the beast, Lucifer."
Yeah,
That's what
and
his
then he
dad
tries
said.
to say, "No, I'm not the beast. There's a beast in there."
This is where it happens.
It's really sad. It's really sad because wasn't he already having dreams, nightmares of like just like the darkness getting to him, you know? And he would wake up and be like, "Oh
Bro.
my God, I got out of that."
Bro, I don't know what was happening in there. But this is the chapter it happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Rosier leaves him with the Lord. And it's sad because doesn't it feel like Rosier, he was the one that would have been there for Lucifer had he known more.
Yeah.
And it really gets to me because he leaves him with the Lord, trusting him to be with the Lord. And the Lord says, "Sing, angel, and you will be saved." And Lucifer does this with fear. But then he started to feel his throat strain.
Yeah. Like
tearing from the inside.
Like it was tearing apart.
One final time, his father said, "Worship me." And Lucifer's last note was so high and forceful it could have been a shriek. It struck his entire body and raised him some inches off the ground and made every part of him, every section of tender flesh, feel like it was splitting. And he did split. From the sides of his head, great wings sprung out as they did upon his back, all of him pulling so far he became halfway the form of his creation in that blistering slice. But it lasted only a moment. Lucifer, now ripped and bloodied, fell to the ground. And finally, the Father left the angel silent, having torn him.
That's not that one. I got confused. It's another chapter.
But he fucked him up. Made him sing to the point where he lost his voice.
Yeah.
So now Lucifer lost.
And it's really sad because I thought, okay, this is his punishment. Okay, cool. It sucks, but maybe now everything's fine. Like, he'll forgive him. The beast is gone or whatever. But it kind of felt like he punished him, but there was really no help. Like, you just punished him and then you left him there torn.
Yep.
And then what's next?
He's going to his friends, and his friends are like, we're here for you, but they can't hear him. And even Michael's like, I'm here for you. I will make everything perfect again. And Lucifer's just thinking to himself, I want to dance with you. I want to sing in the streets with you. Let's return to that. And Uriel just kind of is just on him all the time. Like, nope, you shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be that like close to Michael. You shouldn't be doing this. And
Rafael tries to heal him as best as he can, but he can't really fix that.
God was sitting with Lucifer at one point, and God said oh no, I don't get this part at the very end of chapter 25, where it says, here said a friendly angel one midday, I knit you these scarves, Lucifer. You used to wear them so much, over your head and all. I think you can use them to cover all those marks on your neck. You look very beautiful. And then Lucifer thinks to himself, please don't hurt me again.
Do you think it's because of everyone thinking he's so beautiful? And that's kind of what started everything off?
Yeah.
And that's why he's like, please don't hurt me again, because they're being nice to him. But it's like, but you're going to be in love with me a little bit.
I don't know if it's because I'm drunk, but I'm starting to get a little unsettled. And I remember what this book made me feel, because it did make me feel very unsettled.
Really?
Yeah, because this is kind of the start of like Lucifer's like
losing it
and not in his right state of mind. And that really, really fucked me up. It's sad. What?
There is like a couple parts in here where I'm like, fuck, this is so sad.
Though Lucifer was a bit afraid to see his reflection in the water of the bathhouse. Yesterday, it had turned to him and said, Father is very kind. This is your fault. But I gave him everything. That sucks. No, you didn't. What if Father is right and you're the one who's wrong? He is much greater than you. You don't know anything. He knows what's best for you. He loves you. He hurt me. You deserved it.
And then at this point, doesn't Michael get sent away?
Yeah, because he wants to see Michael, but Michael's not there. So he's asked to bathe alone. Is it true now? He couldn't be sure. Why did I always want to be by myself? Was I ashamed? Why was I ashamed? Why would Father want me to be ashamed? Asmodeus asked Lucifer, shall I leave you here alone? Do you need help? And this is the first time he bathes. This is the bathing part, right? Where he's like, is that the part?
Where he's like, what?
Where he's like working it in there.
Oh, yeah. He's trying to, oh, yes.
This is the part because he's bathing and he orders an angel to clean his feet because I have dirtied my feet walking along the garden.
He's learned the act of manipulation. Where he's like, wash them, bitch.
I mean, he's experiencing all the 7 sins. This is pride. Better this in their eyes than pity. Better this than tragedy. I feel so bad for Lou.
Oh, Lou.
Father. Oh my God. I really like the parts where he literally was there working it. And everyone was like at his freaking beck and call. And then he thinks to himself, see, Father, how there are ways to speak without speaking. And I put down, he's really that bitch.
And it's crazy to me because it feels like, even though God is all knowing, he didn't really like intervene. You know, he's not like he like showed up and was like, stop it. Stop it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Put some clothes on. Stop it.
Sorry, God. Sorry. I really fucking love the first time he sees one angel laughing deeply, pinched Lucifer's cheek as if he were still young, like, your feet are washed, bitch. I'm sorry, bro. Because at this point, Lucifer is just like, how silly. He is whatever the opposite of intelligent is. I know what that is. A punk ass, stupid ass fucking bitch. I just made those words up. Me.
Yeah, he's starting to create bad words.
And he felt good like, about it.
Not positive words. It's all negative words.
And he was smirking about it. He felt good. I put the first insult. Oh my God, stupid ass bitch. Did Michael see him toying with how much everyone adores him? Did he notice the hungry need in their eyes? Had Michael ever felt that way when he saw Lucifer? You have, right? And he thinks to himself that Michael does not desire him. A pleased smile on Lucifer's lips as he lifted a tender gaze to his beloved stern archangel's face. Because you know I am already yours. Bro, this is my favorite line. He's over here slowly getting his voice back. No, actually his voice isn't back yet. But he's with Michael, and Lucifer is touching Michael's waist, his ribs, hugging him tight, and a tiny gasp, nearly a laugh, while Michael's just like, I feel drunk. Your mouth, when you were created, your lips must have been laced with liquor. And their legs are tangled. They're like feeling each other up. Yeah. And I love what Lucifer says at the end of this chapter. I'm so glad you marked it too. Where he says, in vain, I love you. In vain, the dawn streaming onto you beside me. In vain, I want to be yours, your angel. Angel of love, angel of Michael.
He really said, God who?
I know you don't know this word yet, Michael. But I want to be more than your bro.
I want to be your boyfriend.
If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. This is going to be a good one, Michael.
Oh my God.
This is my song to Michael.
Yeah, it's about to get sadder. Okay. Let's just skip forward.
Just want to bring up, Baal has been someone who works with Uriel and who has always been really sweet to
Michael.
I mean, but you never really get to see him do anything because Uriel's just out here being a bitch, dude. And I think Rosier gets really weird because Rosier's over here like, Lucifer, you're good.
Is he the one who he has that whole discussion with about God and how he lied to him and how...
You like what I did? I invented lying. And he's like, I'm terrified, brother.
Yeah.
And
I like the part where he says, is Father good because he is good or because he says he is good?
And then there's something powerful about it. Something that makes me hunger. But still, you are my housemate, my friend. I'm sorry. It was a soft, but Lucifer felt a loud silence between them. Forgive me, brother. Because he knows what he had said really fucked him up. I just want to return. Oh, I like this part because anytime a character talks to him, he like adds his own second voice underneath it. So like Rosier said, like, I must leave to Eden soon. I will bring you back some blackberries. How does that sound? But then after that, it's in like one quotation marks. And it says, I just want to return to how things were before you met Michael. And to him, it feels like he thinks everyone's against him. You know, so anytime someone says something, it's like, bitch, I know what you mean. And now it's...
Or I know what you're thinking.
Yep. And then he starts to think to himself, when God asked him to do something, he put, just once, didn't do what you said. Is that possible? Has anyone ever done it? What if I simply don't bow? What if I look you in the eyes, God? What would you do? But maybe I was wrong to immediately crumble into gratitude and kiss your feet. You hurt me. Remember? Dude, oh my God. This is where it gets fucking wild. God was basically angry at him. And at the end, it says, the angel, which is Lucifer, begged for mercy, crying soft as he was undressed. The Lord stepped onto the bed of flowers, and wrathfully he took him. Paradise, paradise, Garden of Eden, Garden of Paradise. That was it.
It was really sad because before that moment, he's like begging his brothers to help him. Yeah. Like he's trying to tell God, like, oh, you can't win because I have my brothers and my bros, basically. Which is really sad because then the next chapter...
Is this the one with the opening up?
Yeah.
How did you feel about this?
Oh my God, I was so fucking scared. I was like, what the fuck is happening? So basically, it's Rosier and Asmodeus, I believe, who kind of have this conversation where they're like, Lucifer's been in his room for a while. Like I think he's crying or something. And they go there and then he's staring at himself in the mirror and he's been like cutting himself. But deeply. And it's the face because Right? It's the face and the chest.
The face and the chest. And I'm guessing he's opened himself up. The way I imagined it is he's like touching his organs.
Yeah.
And the inside or anything deep, like bone and tissue.
Yeah, because he's trying to understand what he's made out of.
I was curious. I just wanted to see what was inside in this body. I was looking for eyes. And kind of like the eyes of a flower, like what's inside, what makes it. My heart, oh my heart, it's there. I'm starting to feel again.
Damn.
Dude.
I think it's the foreign feeling of that much physical pain that is allowing him to feel again, pretty much. Because especially after what had happened with God before, he must have been really numb to emotions.
It really sucks too because he's so lost and he starts to repeat things in his mind like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? And he knows he's scaring his bros, Asmodeus and Rosier. And honestly, out of everyone he's ever met, those are the ones that deserve it the least.
Yeah.
And he knows that. And he's always like, I know I'm not making any sense. I'm sorry. And Rosier says no. First, Rosier was not simple-minded, not anymore. First, Father strips him of his voice, and now it appears he's cursed him with speaking nonsensically. What will the third thing be? And it sucks because he knows Asmodeus or Rosier doesn't think like that, but he's so far gone that he just thinks everyone is thinking shitty of him. After Lucifer's looking through him, there's a line that's really famous that I highlighted because he's like, you know what? I'm so scared. I want to forget what happened. I'm going to go to Michael because he's going to help me forget. And so he goes over to Michael. He says something. I don't remember what he says, but he basically like puts God down.
Lucifer.
Yeah, Lucifer puts God down. He says, everyone's affections, they all love me. All the angels of Father, Gabriel, and Michael, everyone adores me. But what about you, Uriel? Oh, he's talking to Uriel. And then Uriel's like, you shouldn't be saying shit like that. You're going to face Father's wrath for your words. And Lucifer says, I faced it already, and I am still here, and I am angry. And that's when he starts thinking like, you rancid, putrid filth, rotten, squirming maggot. And he says out loud, damn you. What did you say? I said, damn you, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You're no bro. You're an unbro.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see Lucifer basically creating language.
And lying. Because he's over here.
Concepts as well, yeah.
Oh my God. It's crazy to me that he's over here talking to Michael and he's thinking to himself, do you know I obsess over you so much it's starting to burn this chest with all these stuffy poppies inside so much I can't breathe. It hurts. You're hurting me, but I want your lips never to leave me. I see ambition in you, Michael. Please let us harvest it together. They fight I'm going to skip through this. They fight, but then they kiss. You remember?
Yeah, love.
And he tells him something that's kind of like,
And then I think you skipped a part where he finally beats him, wrestling or fighting or whatever it is that they're doing.
He did it, bro.
Sparring. Lucifer beats Michael. And I think it's because just of the sheer will, all that anger that's pent up in him.
And then Michael's looking at him and he's like, what's wrong? And Lucifer's like, everything is all around us. Lucifer in confusion. And he said, what if there was no God? What if there was just the angels and you and me and the throne left behind? We could sin on it together. We'd both fit. We could rule together. Couldn't we, as bros? Everyone admires us, adores us, does everything we say. And Michael's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he said, I want us to be God, to be more than that. I want us to create like him. Haven't you ever wondered why Father is so strict about our subservience? It's because disobedience is creation. Create with me, Michael, and call it sin. It has a nice ring to it.
And then Michael's like, all right.
Okay, you got me.
Damn, okay, you got me.
And then Michael says, it's not good. And Lucifer answers, it will be good. It will feel good. Lucifer pauses, lets out a breath he hadn't realized he had clutched tight. I want to make you feel good, Michael. I'm having so much fun creating and inventing. Just yesterday, I thought up of a new word, cock and cunt and fucking. I was like, damn, bitch. Oh my God. He got very creative last night. This bitch. Oh my God.
Damn.
He tells Michael.
He really sat on that one.
He tells Michael, I want you in my mouth. I want your cock so heavy on my tongue that it breaks my jaw. And Michael's like, bro.
Wait, your jaw?
What the fuck is a cock?
He's like, wait, first of all, explain what those words mean.
What are you saying? I don't understand. Lucifer, you are not acting like yourself. Are you okay? You're scaring me, bro. What am I going to, or why? I said, I'm going to make you feel good. Doesn't it feel kind of weird? Okay, that's what I was going to mention that I really liked. When he answers to Michael, he answers with one quotation mark, like as if he's thinking it. And it kind of fucked me up because I think I even wrote it here.
Which line are you looking at?
I'm on page 291 on the very bottom where it says, what are you saying? I don't understand, Lucifer. You are not acting like yourself. Are you okay? You're scaring me. And the quotes end. And then suddenly there's single quotation marks. But it's Lucifer's response where he says, I'm going to make you feel good. How can it be wrong to feel good? Why would Father make something that feels good wrong? One thing I'm thinking of is the reason that they're using single quotes when Lucifer's talking. Doesn't it kind of feel like he's become all-knowing? Like he is now God. Like he's at that point.
Going up now, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like he doesn't even, he's not there anymore. He's not with the rest of the angels. He's kind of gone above that.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good point. I don't think I realized that. I think I was just getting so used to like the single quotations and then the double quotations that it kind of like lost me a little bit. But because he's creating, he is kind of getting more and more to God's level.
Yep. And he's not even talking to him at that point normally anymore. He's saying that Lucifer had worn all of Michael's favorite jewelry and layered it on pure white robes for you to rip to pieces as you spoil me some more and more. Purring, Michael, bend me over the throne and desecrate it with me. Haven't you imagined it? I know you have. Me beneath you crying out your name, pleading for you to be gentler but not meaning it in front of everyone, right? So they all know who I belong to.
He's like, what's desecrate?
Wait. Bro, I'm so scared, bro. I was worried though because I really didn't want Lucifer to essay.
I thought that's where this was going, especially after what had happened with God. I thought that maybe he would become like, well, that's how that was expressed to me. So, but I'm glad it didn't happen. Thank God.
Mm-hmm. But then Michael just goes like, after all of that, Michael's just like, go home. Let's talk tomorrow, bro. You're kind of freaking me out.
Yeah. Sleep
this
on
was
it.
supposed to be our Xbox day.
Honestly. You ruined it.
You ruined Xbox Day. Basically, Lucifer is like, guys, everyone meet at Town Square. And everyone does. And he's like, Ball, can I use you as a demonstration? And it's like, yeah, of course. Lucifer, I always got you. Mm. And Lucifer's like, this is called a blowjob. Is that really?
He's like, all right. It's like that one scene on White Chicks. It's like with the dildo. It's like, all right, here's how you do it. Imagine someone else was like, actually, there's a different way to do it and so much more efficient. And he's like,
yeah, this is an open discussion.
he's like, no, guillotine. I'm sorry, who's God? Not me, but
it's funny because can you imagine fucking but Lucifer doing that to Baal, and Baal's like into it, right? Because he's like is holding Lucifer's hair and is like, this is a fucking blowjob? And everyone else, fucking Asmodeus or whoever walking by, like, what the fuck is happening? And they're like, shh,
wait, hold on.
This is intense. I don't think I'm gonna remember. I hope there's not a test.
Baal looks like he's having fun.
And one part it made me sad and I really liked is when Asmodeus went home because he saw what was going on and he ran home. Because he was like, oh my God, I get it. I want to do that with Rosier.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets home. I don't remember who was who. But I think he gets home and just attacks Rosier and is basically going to essay him.
Mm-hmm.
And Rosier gets so scared that he cuts off his head, Asmodeus' head. And he doesn't know, like, they've never killed. Yeah. So he's like, oh my God, I better take this head over to someone to help him get better. So he's over here, like,
oh my
running
God.
with the head. And angels are fucking. Some are scared. Fucking Asmodeus is headless.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you do? So Lucifer goes to the garden and is just like, hello, Father. Or I think, no, God comes down. And he's like, welcome back. Because he was gone for a bit.
Yeah.
This is what happened, bitch.
And it's like,
everyone knows what a blowjob is.
You're welcome. Do you want me to show you? Oh my God. Yeah, the whole like Father, welcome back. It's kind of creepy.
And he just keeps talking about like, we're going to build a city on rock and roll. You'll never see that shit coming. It'll be so much better than yours. And it sucks because he talks about Michael with everyone else. And he's like, Michael loves me. He does. Trust me, guys. He does. But
so I've seen the way he looks at me. I've seen the way he addresses me with his eyes. Yeah. He
everything
loves me.
Blowjob, that times 4. And everyone was like, whoa, oh my God.
That's where you learned it from? Makes sense.
And it really sucks because Michael becomes one of the main like God's warriors, basically. Yeah. God's archangels.
So wouldn't you say he is the main?
He is the main.
He's the main bitch.
Oh, God.
It's really sad because I feel like to Lucifer, he's like, oh my God, the broest of the bros has my back. Like, I know that he'll have my back. Mm-hmm. So that moment when Michael's like...
But even Michael was like, please don't do this.
I know, but he was still like...
Yeah, he was.
Knife in hand, sword in hand, and like...
You will worship.
He cut off his wings. He cut off Lucifer's wings. And I like that part where it said that he was crying and that it was cutting
That's
him.
what I was going to mention. Because he cut off his wings, and then God was
Michael cut off Lucifer's wings.
And God was like, this is what I call being a man, because you have broken the covenant, faltered in worship, and you will all have to bow down, or all have to bow for the new creation. You will worship and minister to him as you do me, and you will love his children and nurture them, knowing they will inherit heaven from you. You will rebuild the eternal paradise for man. The angels wept at their punishment, and Michael also did, but they were crystals slicing down his cheek. All of the angels, all of the fallen angels come splattering down, some of them not making it.
I think it's kind of cool, though, that they're basically what wiped the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That's a cool concept.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They are, aren't they? I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, because when he was there with Michael, there were like beasts and creatures like that. And the angels falling basically wiped them. And they were just on the floor for a bit, right? Yeah, I think so.
Nothing tasted good. The damned ones vomited largely any food they could salvage. Mass extinction. The breeze is nice here. I was thinking about Father. He must be so lonely. Father isn't lonely. He has us. He will have man. And then Lucifer.
That's kind of confusing, though, because do they create man?
They are man. So then Lucifer has to continue this creation.
But there's no woman.
No. And the thing, I guess it's kind of like it just sucks all over, because it's like, here, you want power, then here. And he gives them nothing and is forcing them to worship God again to get that back. So it's like, that's what man is. So that's on you. Okay. And then they make Lucifer basically their king. The demons fashioned him a crown of bones, thorns, and weeds. And they gave him the illusion of having horns, and they loved him. The end.
The end. That shit was depressing.
Dude!
That shit was so fucking depressing.
Did you imagine this book to be the way it was?
No, I had no idea what this book was going to be, but I pictured it to have been more about like more centered around a love story and not really the tragedy that it was. It was so sad.
This is one of my favorite books.
It was so sad the way that Lucifer went from being like innocent, not knowing literally anything, to being more aware. I feel like no way all of the angels were giving the tree of knowledge.
No,
like the fruit.
They weren't.
They weren't, right?
That's why it's forbidden.
Right, exactly. Because it turned him into that. Which, as a story itself, is like, at least in the first half, you can't help but like root for him. But in the second half, it's like just so sad to see how unstable he became.
It is really sad. And I didn't mention it, but near the second half, you even saw his instability in like the lack of capitalization of God.
Yeah.
Him and he.
Mm-hmm. Even so, like the writing itself, like was it wasn't the same as part 1.
I love that shit. Dude, for being a debut novel,
it was really good.
That shit slaps.
Honestly, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this book.
I was nervous for me.
But for our friendship. No, but I felt like I was interested though. Like when I started it, I was like, all right, I'm here. I'm here on this journey of Lucy and seeing where he goes.
Thank you.
And then it was funny because I was reading it and my boyfriend was there and I was kind of like telling him like stuff that would happen. Like I was reading lines because I was like, so like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is happening. Especially the dove part where God was like, yeah, this dove became dirty and now it can never become undirty again. Like it just like fucked me up because I felt like this is what God is portrayed to be. Obviously, nobody really knows, right? But the way that with the religion trauma, like this is how he's portrayed to be. What's the word? What's the right word? Not so forgiving, I guess.
Yeah.
So I really felt so bad for Lucifer because he really like loved him in the beginning until he actually discovered love with Michael. And then he was like, wait, there's more to life than what I was made for. I really love this book a lot.
What do you give it?
I give it a 5. It's so fucking good, dude. I was so into this story that it was hard for me to get into another one after.
Dude. Same. When I first read this, it made me sad. I don't even remember why I did that episode alone.
We weren't posting for a while. Remember that?
Oh, we stopped for a long while.
We stopped posting for a while because I had school, you had work, and our schedules were just, especially during springtime, our schedule was really like not working out.
During spring.
And we had said like, oh, let's do like a solo fix where each one of us will pick a story and do a video or something. I think we called it a solo fix.
Oh yeah, we did call it a solo fix. It is coming back to me. Yeah, we did.
We did? Okay, I couldn't remember because we wanted to do different names for different things. But anyways, whatever. And then we just never got to another one because I feel like, I don't know. Like I don't really want to do it.
I don't either. After I did it, I was like, okay, episode up. Because that's all I wanted. Because I do remember we didn't post for a while. Oh God, I forgot. We were really busy. That was a really hard time in my life.
Yeah, same.
But I didn't like it. I like talking about it, but it was hard not having, because hearing you talk about it, you're like validating how I feel about it.
Yeah, it's nice to hear what the other person has to say about the book.
Because there are some things that you say, because that whole dove part completely went over my head.
Really?
Like I missed that.
Oh my God, I love that part.
So I'm glad that you brought that up, because like the way I remember that I talked about it was, and I'll say it again, was the fact that I love that this story just was a whole ass tragedy. And it hurt the most. And it was kind of ironic in the way that like we knew what was going to happen. I forget, it's a type of irony and I can't remember what it is. But we knew what was going to happen and it sucked.
Yeah.
Because we were over here rooting for basically the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you grew up religious, it's like that fear of like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I am.
Yeah.
And you start to not understand why it's bad. And that's what I liked about this book, because we saw that in Lucifer. And we even started to be like, I want to justify what he's doing, but I know I shouldn't. But why shouldn't I?
Yeah.
And it was such a good, like a well-written story that was able to portray that feeling of religious trauma. And it makes me sad with the way it ended, but at the same time, there was no growth where he was at.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of what it's like to break out of a religion, to be able to like move past it. Not saying that religion is bad, because other people find solace in religion, and I respect that. But then there has to also be the view of like, some people are forced into religions without understanding them.
Yeah. Or they're scared into it.
Yep. I really love this book.
This book is so good.
I can talk about it forever, dude. Listen to this episode.
It's really good. It's really, really good. I feel like everyone should read it. I would definitely recommend this book.
So I do want to tell you, as my friend, as my bestie.
Oh, okay. I was going to say just friend. Damn.
What are we? As bros.
Oh. Wait, does that mean you're in love with me?
Dude, stop. Dude, I kept wanting to make jokes in this episode where we were like, yeah, we're just bros that kiss sometimes. And I thought I was going to be like, yeah, just like us. But I didn't want to start anything. Oh, I mean,
this is the moment where it's saying
it comes out. I know. I wanted to, but I was like, no, not the time.
Not the time. It's just a joke.
All right.
But I mean, if you,
I
mean, I'll have to ask my boyfriend, but I'm sure he's fine with it. I don't think he cares.
Does your boyfriend watch the show?
I think Whoa, we're a whole show. I think he's heard us a couple times, but I don't know what he's listened to.
Yeah.
He's seen our TikToks. I've seen him watching our TikToks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he's like, I'm helping the algorithm, and then he shares the video with me.
That's funny. The sequel has been confirmed for this book.
I think you told me that, yeah.
It got confirmed around October.
Oh my god, when does it come out?
It is coming out sometime in 2024, early 2024.
Oh my god. What's it called?
It is called Angels and Man, and it is a retelling of the Book of Enoch, which is the retelling of the first murder between Abraham and Cain. So it is, I'm pretty sure it is a continuation. It says, the angel Azazel is miserable in heaven. In the aftermath of Satan's fall, the angels live in the reconstructed ruins of an old utopia, oppressive and paranoid of any new rebellion. So it's Rosier that dies.
It's so interesting.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of the wrong one. Azazel's the silly one.
Yeah. It's so interesting to me how this book was written so well that you telling me that this is that this next one is the retelling of the first murder, I'm like excited about it. But if you were to tell me like, oh, this is the retelling of the first murder before having read this book, I'd be like, that's weird. That's weird. That's weird.
Let me finish reading. So the angel Samyaza is content in heaven, but he longs for the eternal city's former glory. Watching the feeble humans below, wallowing in sin for centuries after Adam and Eve, he sees opportunity to win back the Lord's favor. On earth, the watcher angels arrive to lecture on God's love, but the love of a human soon begins to seem much warmer. Excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Angels and Man. Just to let you know that I bought this book, paperback copy, because they had a new cover. This is the new cover.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They extended it.
What do you mean?
Like, there's more to it. I haven't read it yet. I have it. It's in my room. I have it, and I haven't read it yet, and I kind of wanted to.
Oh my god, what if it's more like from eternity and not from the first one?
It's just them being bros. That's all they added. This book came out November of 2022, and I read it in April 12th of 2023. I'm so excited for the second book, dude.
Me too.
I feel like more people need to support Rafael Nicolas on their conquest to become the best writer to destroy J.K. Rowling. I want everything for this writer.
Destroy J.K. Rowling.
I want everything for this writer. I want them to succeed. It's so funny because every time I finish a book, I always take it off of my Kindle But I can't.
But that one stays.
That one stays. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I don't even want to end this episode.
I don't either.
Thank you, everyone who is listening to this episode. Whether you're listening in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get podcasts on. It's so hard for me. It's so hard for me to move on. And I think one thing that'll make my heart feel a little better is if you rate us 5 stars. Because honestly, it's so easy. By the time I finish this sentence, you could have already rated us 5 stars. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you didn't, I'm a little upset, but it's okay. I won't tell mom. If you also want to help us with like our numbers, you just talking about us is the best way to get exposure, because the best type of exposure is through word of mouth. If you want to support us monetarily, what is something they could do? So
we do have a Patreon, and at the moment, it really just serves as a way for our listeners to let us know that you really like what we do here. I mean, we do post twice a week. If you are interested, you can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you are not interested in that monthly commitment, which I totally understand, you can find us on buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix or Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us on YouTube, hello. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you. If you want to support us on social media, we do have an Instagram and a Threads at the Bookfix Pod, THEBOOKFIXPOD. And we also have a TikTok that we're pretty active on at the Bookfix, THEBOOKFIX. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't want this to end. Should we read reviews, or are we good? Because we've talked a lot.
We gotta read a review.
Okay. I think we should. I'll read a good review because I love this book, but I want you to
tear it apart.
Yeah. You read the bad review. This is a 5 out of 5. I'm so sorry for the name, coming from Jonathan.
Trigger warning.
I want them to cut me open and replace my organs with pages of this book. I need to be one with it. You don't understand. I'm going to buy a physical copy and rip it apart, page for page, like it ripped me apart, page by page, and then I'll eat it. I will highlight all the quotes, all of it, and then I will put them on my body until every inch of my skin is covered with this beautiful prose. When I die, bury me with it. I will use it to fight God if I go to heaven, and if I go to hell, I will buddy read it with Lucifer. How can one read it and stay normal? This has completely altered my brain chemistry. I'm both less and more depressed. It has healed only to ruin me again. Angel of beauty, angel of worship, angel of love, angel of sin. How do I think about other things ever again? And then they put 3 quotes. This here could be worship. This could be religion. Create with me and let's call it sin. Me. That was me. God,
okay, so my review comes from Gemma. They gave it 1 out of 5. They said, to my friend who loaned me this book, thank you and apologies for this review. This book had so much potential, yet dropped the ball in every possible way. The fact that it has such a high rating makes me feel like I'm being gaslit on a mass level. There is not a single thing done well in this story, whether that be the characters, relationships, world building, general plot, or simple grammar/formatting. I could go on for hours, but at the end of the day, all I really want to say is this. John Milton, sweetie, I'm so fucking sorry.
Damn. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
I should have read this one. 5 out of 5. You had me at gay.
Oh my God.
Dude. Ugh.
A lot of these are just like DNFs. Like DNF at 32%. DNF at 42%.
But like you said, it's kind of hard to say how you feel about DNF.
I feel called out.
What did you say?
L wrote, this feels like bad supernatural fanfic. L, what did I do to you?
Damn.
I'm just kidding. I really loved Supernatural. I'm sorry about it. But I'm also not sorry about it.